You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.
Take it away in the... Shut up, Izzy.
Shut up.
And we are back.
We is something. We is doing a thing.
We're here.
Yeah, we were here.
It's paid.
We weren't here last week, were we?
No, we weren't. I was out of town. Again. But don't blame me. I blame my wife because she was hesitant on pulling the trigger. We went out of town last week. We went to Oglebay Resort in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Yeah.
It's a couple hours away. And we've gone there before. I think I've talked about it on the show before. We've stayed overnight, made a weekend of it. It's expensive. So this year we were like, we're not going to go. And then at the last minute, she's like, let's just go for the day. We'll leave in the morning and come back late at night.
Yeah.
We won't get a room or anything. So that's what we did. So I didn't make it back in time for the show. And it was a last minute thing. So I apologize. My fault. And today, are you in the holiday spirit, Adam? Are you there? Are you?
Something.
You don't know that song?
Not really.
I can't be fucked.
I can't be fucked. It cannot fuck me. I cannot be fucked.
And we didn't change the soundboard because it was just too epic.
It goes. You know what? It goes with the theme of the show today.
It does, yeah. So
Really, honestly,
we're gonna let it ride. But yeah, so it's the holiday season as we're recording this. I am in the spirit, man. I'm full on ready for Christmas.
full on balls ready.
Full on. Yeah, I am. Like I said, I went to Oglebay last weekend in West Virginia. Today we went to Cleveland, Ohio. We went to this Mr. Kringle's Inventorium Nasium.
Wasn't that a movie?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was something Emporium, Mr. Something.
Oh no. Yeah, Dustin Hoffman was in that. Wonder Emporium. No, it wasn't that.
No?
Yeah. Did Dustin Hoffman get canceled? Did he get Me Too'd?
I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know. You would know before.
I feel like he's been off the radar. I think he's we lost him around the time we lost Cuba Gooding Jr., who they were in Outbreak together. You know, I'm not saying it's coincidence, but somebody fucked somebody. Somebody was the Outbreak monkey there. So yeah, we went to that thing in Cleveland today. It was fun. So I'm ready for Christmas, man.
First of all, Izzy's not ready for Christmas.
What is that all about?
She heard a noise outside. Izzy,
There is a parade.
Hey, stop. Come here.
She's ruining the show, Addo.
Right? It's not my fault. I voted for Crotus. Izzy, come here.
Oh my God, she's avoiding you. Like the plague, like the Outbreak plague.
Hey.
Well, it's not time to play. We're working.
Stop.
Izzy, we're working. Did you just hit your dog? I tapped. Oh my God.
On your nose. And as you can see,
Dude, we're dead.
wrong one.
I can't be fucked.
She can't be fucked.
She can't be fucked. And now, this will be the last episode of Forward Distraction because you just committed animal abuse live on air.
She don't care. She doesn't care.
All right.
Dotson, we got Dotson here. So nobody cares. Yeah, I got you.
Oh my God, dude.
I know. So she does this whenever when you grab her collar. She's got this weird thing. First of all, she hates the collar. She's got to get used to it. But she does this weird thing whenever you grab the collar. She just instantly yelps. Like, trust me, she's fine.
Okay, we should get Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer.
See, look, she loves me. So she's looking. She's like, oh, looky, yeah. Look at you. Yeah, see. Could you?
It's okay. He used to be vegan.
Look, a lot of my friends are dogs.
You're like vegan adjacent. So
Sort of. The only I eat is poultry. That's all I eat. So like chicken, turkey, that's about it. I was thinking about going full vegan again.
full on balls vegan.
Full on balls vegan. I was considering it, and then I heard about
Dead on balls accurate.
Congo virus.
Congo virus?
There's like this illness that's coming out of like the Democratic Republic of Congo, and am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah. So like, yeah, people are worried about like it's gonna be the new COVID because like it's in Ohio now, and people are getting really sick, and it's like doctors have no idea what this virus is.
Did you remember the movie Congo? The movie was hits.
Yeah,
I think I made you watch that course of cinema.
yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
It was a Michael Crichton movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a disappointment. It was a disappointing follow-up to Jurassic Park.
Kind of, yeah.
But it was kind of good.
It's kind of good, yeah.
And a little bit.
Jurassic Park.
Bruce Campbell was barely in it.
He should have been in it more.
Ernie Hudson was in it, remember? It was
Yeah.
pretty good cast.
Yeah.
Congo, man. So we're going to get the outbreak monkey, but it's actually a Congo gorilla, is what you're telling me.
I don't know.
We're going to be done.
All I've heard is that there's this illness it's not like sweeping America, but there's been enough videos that people are talking about it that like it's hit the news stories that like there's this illness that people are getting and they're in the hospital and doctors are like, I don't know what it is.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
I can't be fucked.
That's what they're doing.
You know when I first heard about this?
So yeah, what?
Just now.
Really?
From you. Yes. Should I be worried? Should I be concerned?
Look, we're revisiting the hits, man. Trump's getting back into office. There's a virus that's going to be sweeping the nation again. It's old fucking news now at this point. It's old stuff. Man.
You know, if you would have told me a couple years ago about Trump winning an election and a virus sweeping the nation, I would have just thought it was a Wednesday, you know? So
yeah.
It's all gravy. It's all good.
I'm going to tell you who is geared up for the Christmas spirit, the Christmas holiday season. A little bit of a segue that you led me into.
We'll take it from the 90s movies and into the Christmas.
So there's this church. I don't know where it is. I don't know who decided that this was a good idea. But there's this church choir somewhere in America that decided they were going to sing a very unique song to get in the Christmas spirit. You know, Jesus is their Lord.
Right, yeah.
Sing a
holiday song?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Is it
interpreted
a Christmas carol, or is it more...
If you didn't know what the song was, you might think it's a holiday song.
Is it a praise song, or is it a little bit more cyclical?
It's what? You know, why don't I just pull up the video?
Oh,
you can listen to it yourself. It's going to be video and audio. Here we go.
Life is a mystery. Everyone.
This business crazy eyes, by the way.
Dude, you got a lazy eye. You can catch that lazy eye from the 11th pew. It's where the beat drops it, right? Listen to that.
When you call my name, it's like a little breath. I'm
Everybody's getting into Deadpool Wolverine. Feel it, huh? Adam. That was lovely.
Right?
Yeah, it was into the Christmas spirit. Like her Madonna, right? Yeah, originally done by Madonna.
Yeah.
I don't think they know what that song is about.
I don't think they do either, Scott. I don't think they do.
I was alive in the 80s. Look, that song came out.
Whoever's the lead singer of that choir, she was definitely alive in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what that song is.
She was not a good singer. And she had crazy eyes.
She had crazy eyes.
She did. Steve, we think she has crazy eyes. Sorry. But yeah, that song is not appropriate for the church.
No, especially
there it was, right there.
They were. It wasn't even like they were just there having fun with it. Like they were dressed up. It was clearly like
they weren't
something going on.
No, they weren't. They weren't being ironic. Wow. So in 1988, when that video for that song came out, do you remember that video? Oh, I wish we should have pulled the video up.
Hindsight's 2020, man.
I didn't know you were going there with this. But dude, the video is hardcore. Like, it's prime Madonna. Prime Madonna was a 10, a solid 10. And she's in a church and there's flames and there's a black Jesus who is crucified and she like imitates going down on him. And it's in the church, like the Catholic Church, like boycotted that. Like they were so angry.
Maybe they understood the meme. Maybe they were trying to like start like a new
They forgot.
segment of the Catholic Church or something like that.
They forgot what the song's about.
Maybe they want to start their own segment of the Catholic Church. Like, hey, you know what? It's okay to go down as long as you go down on Jesus.
Yeah.
I think a little prayer.
If you're
Don't call it little though.
if you're gonna take a shot in the mouth, it better be from the Lord.
Give me that holy guts.
Let's. Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm gonna cancel you now, Scott.
Sorry.
Hey, you know what? It's better than the pastor that was telling it was at that youth camp that was telling all the kids to let daddy fill them. You remember that? I'm sorry. He's joking. You don't remember that? Hey, guess what? Guess what? I have the audio. Let's hear it. This is a youth pastor. Oh man, that wants the kids to learn to pray to God. It's a very short, so you gotta just listen up.
Squirted the rum came out my nose. Dad, I gotta see this.
There's no video. It's just audio.
Okay, I gotta listen to this.
Daddy, please pray. Let's go. Was your praying? Let's pray it out loud. Let's not be scared. Let's pray it out loud. Daddy, please fill me.
Like we saw no video of that. That could have been from a gay porn.
There is video, but it's like very dark. Like the lights are turned down. You see
Still a gay porn is what you're telling me.
But like this story came out like a year ago, or like a couple of years ago, or something like that. Like I swore we talked about this on the show. But yeah, this youth pastor are teaching the kids how to pray to God.
Yeah.
Daddy, please fill me.
Daddy, please fill me. Oh my gosh. Dead on balls accurate.
Yeah. So.
Well, they're in the holiday season.
If that doesn't get you in the holiday mood, I don't know what will.
I think a lot of people out there don't understand metaphors. That's a problem. It's a big problem.
It's a pretty big problem.
Yeah, she's. It's like a prayer. Like an as.
Yeah.
Come on.
So there's another group of people that love to get in the holiday spirit as well.
Okay.
So Austria. Over in
Australia?
Austria.
Okay.
For Arnold Schwarzenegger, Austria. You ever heard of the Krampus? Ever heard of the Krampus parade?
Oh, the Krampus. Yeah, he's like
No, the Krampus parade.
the Krampus parade.
Yeah. So apparently this started in like the Middle Ages,
Okay.
where they would just have people like as a celebration for the Yuletide season. They would have people dress up as Krampus, and they called it the Krampus Run, where they would like chase kids and try to like scare them to be like, be good or else the Krampus is going to get you, because it's like the classic Krampus story. But it has evolved over time to the point where now they have just like, Krampus parade where they have people dressed up as Krampus. I actually have video.
Wait for the video.
Yeah, 100%. Let me.
I want to see what this looks like.
Yeah, this is the Krampus parade.
Oh, so they're furries. Well, that's the Krampus.
That's not the real Krampus, right? Those are people in a Krampus costume.
No, it's the real Krampus skull.
All of them? There's too many. I thought there was only one Krampus. Damn it. We are not polycrampists. We are monocrampists here. The Pitos.
Yeah, they go all out.
This is Austria, huh?
Yeah, this is awesome. I think there's other places, other Scandinavian adventures in Europe. I also just some of those house that would do. Yeah, but you know what it is? Well, they're danging on their ash can, basically.
Danging on a trash can. There's people in Austria like,
I can't be fucked.
No, they can't.
they know how to party. Do they know how to party or what?
Yeah, they absolutely know how to party.
Does this guy know how to party or what? It looked like a furry convention.
It was Krampus, it was. I think you think it was furries because it looked
A little more metal.
They were
More metal.
they didn't have fur. Think of it like they were wearing fur because they're in like the winter area, so they were like wearing fur coats and.
Oh, so that's just like what they do every day.
What
Wear fur coat.
what I mean is like you're thinking of it as like a furry, like they're wearing like a furry outfit, like they're being an animal. But like think of it as Krampus. Well, what the Krampus wear in the North Pole? It's cold. He's gonna skin a bear and he's gonna wear the fur. Because Krampus, he's a demon.
He's a demon.
He can't be fucked.
He cannot.
No.
Okay. That looks like a cool party, though. They probably drink some schnapps. Is that what they drink in Austria?
I have no idea.
I bet it's schnapps. I bet they drink schnapps.
No.
Our friends from Austria, shoot us an email, forwarddistraction@gmail.com. What do they drink there? I mean, it's close to Germany. They probably have that good German beer. That good Bavarian style lager.
They give you the good like a prayer.
So speaking of the holiday season and where we live, we don't like to talk about weather on here, but as this is being recorded in December of 2024, where Adam and I reside in Western Pennsylvania, it's cold. It's cold. There's lots of snow. We've had some snow.
Like Groundhog Day. It's cold out there. It's cold.
Did you ever see the movie Mouse Hunt
Yeah.
with Nathan Lane
Classic.
and that guy from Something About Mary? I forget his name. Yeah, the little skinny guy.
Yeah. Who's in Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice, by the way.
Oh, he was in Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
You saw Beetlejuice.
I watched that today. Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
He was in Something About Mary. He's the guy who pretended to be, like, hurt.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. He was like Hilton wasn't really crippled.
Yeah, well, anyway, I forget his name. Mouse Hunt's a great movie. I had a mouse hunt moment. So it's cold outside. Animals are trying to get into the warm. So last night I was up late. I was watching some shows. I was getting ready to go to bed, and I was throwing away some stuff in the kitchen, and I hear something. I hear a little. What the hell is that? It's coming from my cupboards behind me, where we store some of our like a pantry type thing. I open it up, motherfucker. I am face to face with a mouse. It is shit nose to nose looking at me. It freezes. It's a little fucker, too. Little times like the size of a pop ball, but it has a real long tail. It was cute. It's cute. But then I looked into its eyes. Its eyes were as dark as hell. Just these black, beady things that just stared right into my soul. I was So I panicked. Like, what do you do? So I looked left. I looked right. I looked left again. And there was this like can opener that somebody had left on the counter. So I grabbed it and I tried to bash the fucker with it, right? PETA's really going to come for us after this episode. We're done for. So I tried to bash the fucker, but it's really quick. So I hit this thing that was in there, which went up in the air. It scattered this noodles, like a oodles of noodles cup, just went all over the floor. It wasn't cooked. Just went up. The fucker, like this is to climb up the wall. And I'm chasing it with a fucking can opener.
It's like it's like the classic cartoon of like the old lady with the rolling pin running around the house.
It gets better. So I slip and fall, but I touch myself. The mouse scoots the other way under me as I'm like making a bridge. It goes under me. So I turn around. This point, I'm hollering. I'm yelling. It freaking goes. Didn't climb like 0G, like up the wall.
Like 90 degrees.
Amazing things. So I'm bashing. I'm coming at him from the walls in his house. So I hit the wall. I knocked shit all over the place. I break a cup. There's this little tiny, like where our exhaust fan is of our oven. There must be a freaking little space there the size of a quarter. This motherfucker wedged his way up and he gets away. And I'm trying to see how the heck I get it. And I made such a mess. I broke shit. And I'm like, it was mouse hunt. But it's still on the loose in my house.
Why don't you just catch it and keep it?
Dude, how are you going to catch this thing?
First of all, you don't panic the way you just panicked. I don't
panic.
You panic. The reason why, like, I'm not going to say he wasn't going to run, but the reason why it got out of hand was you were in a high stressful situation and you didn't let your cool self take over, man. You gotta just chill out. You gotta be cool about that. And then just like get a container, like you do it like when you're trying to like swat a fly, and how like you slowly ease up to it, the fly swatter, and you get ready, and then only when you're ready to do it, you hit it.
Fuck that noise. I just come at it like a ninja.
That's like apparently isn't very ninja-like as the fucker got away.
No, I killed him. Not the mouse, though. It got away. And I'm mad about it, and I got traps. I set traps. I'm going to catch this guy. He doesn't belong in my house. He has to die.
Put in a
They
cage.
carry diseases out of it.
Take it to the vet, get it tested.
No, that costs money. I'm going to murder it. I'm going to feed it to my cat. My cat, useless, by the way, is sitting right there the whole time. And my cat is a good mouser. It is. It's caught mice before. But this fucker just sitting there looking at me like laughing at me. And I'm just like, do your job. I feed you food. I pet you. But kill a damn mouse. I'm fired up about this thing. It's this mouse hunt. They blew the house up. Didn't they catch the house on fire?
Yeah, it went crazy. And then they went to the factory. And bro was in the factory too.
Yeah. Great movie, Mouse.
It was in the factory. It wasn't in a house. It was in the factory.
It's in the factory.
Yeah.
I thought there was a house too.
There was a house in Borrowers where what's his fuck like destroyed that house trying to kill the borrowers.
I remember the bar.
Yeah, you remember the Borrowers, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the VHS cover at my local
That was a staple of my childhood. I love the Borrowers. I watched that shit like a bunch.
So stay tuned. I'm gonna catch this mouse.
Borrowers. John Goodman was in it. He was the one that destroyed the house. He was in it. Who else is in it?
John Goodman's a national.
Broadbent. He's a classic English actor. Mark Williams, classic English actor. I'm just going through the fucking IMDb at this point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that happened. Well, we didn't get to kill the mouse, but we did kill something this week, didn't we?
is this your segue? Is this your segue?
I'm throwing you up a softball. I was ready for you to say it.
Segue.
Come on, that's a great one.
This is your segue right here. This is like
This is it.
we didn't kill the mouse, but
Something else. There was a different kind of rat that got murdered. Oh, shit. Go ahead, Adam. Tell the people what they want to hear.
today's hot take, Scott.
This is the hot take.
It's the hot take. Today's hot take. So today's hot take is, look, either you got to make up your mind. Either CEOs are hardworking and deserving of their high pay, or they are just the face of the company who don't make any real day-to-day decisions. Make it make sense, you fucking knobs.
You fucking knobs.
Fuck it. This is the year of British insults. That's it.
I want to get in on that.
Yeah, the fucking. No, the reason why that's my hot take, and this is the reason why it's my hot take, is because fucking fired up now. The reason why it's my hot take is because I was seeing a lot of people for how long, Scott? Decades. We've been told CEOs are deserving of their high pay because they run the company, they do all the hard work, blah blah. They make all the hard decisions, they do all the big picture stuff, and they make all they make it run and everything like that. This whole fucking week, mind you, this is the weirdest week in the sense of after this happened. For those who don't know, if you've been living under a fucking rock, the United Care CEO was gunned down by a fucking hitman.
Yeah, healthcare, yeah.
United Healthcare, fucking John Wick came at his ass. But like the thing that it's the weirdest story because it's the most bipartisan we've been this entire year. Everybody's been out there at each other's throats, but after this happened, most, not all, but most of us are like, yeah, fuck him. Yeah, fuck him. He deserved it.
A good portion of people have been that way.
A ton of, like, on both the left and the right. Like, there's been a ton of people on the right that have also like, yeah, fuck him. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck his ass. Because they've been fucked over by United Healthcare left and right. But the reason why that's my hot take is because we've been told for decades that CEOs are, like, really important. They earn their money. That's why they get all those bonuses. They're not. This week, I was reading comments in a lot of these videos, and most of them are like, here, but then there's those few comments, and maybe they're trolls or maybe they're bots, but there's a few comments that are like, I don't understand why people are getting up in arms. Like, CEO's just the face of the company. They don't really do anything.
See, I haven't heard people say that.
Make up your mind.
I wonder if it's a large amount of people that are saying that, or if it's just idiots.
No, it's a very minority level of people that are saying.
I haven't seen anybody lie this.
Well, I've seen a few.
Okay.
Okay. And I've seen some of the videos, the classic videos that are coming out of like, that was a person's life. That was a son. That was a father. That was a husband. Like, it's not nice to fucking, it's so inhuman to sit there and laugh about blah, 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 blah. And the greatest point that I heard about this whole thing is like, look, I don't hate that somebody was killed, but there's nothing you can make me do to feel bad about it. Absolutely nothing you can make me do to feel bad about it, because United Healthcare and the numerous amount of stories that are coming out of people that are all given, everybody's got this kind of fucking story about how United Healthcare just said, fuck it, we're not going to cover your shit. We're not going to cover this. We're not going to cover that. We're not going to cover this. What are we paying you for if you're not going to fucking cover shit?
Yep. You know, we couldn't think of a good soundbite, so we just roll with our old ones. There's a couple, as we've been doing the show, I'm like, damn, I wish we would have put the sound clip of Samuel L. Jackson in A Time to Kill.
Yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
Love that movie. Love that float. But yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell. He's a scumbag, and he fucked around, and he found out. He fucked around, he found out.
Dude was it's not like he was a good person. It's not like he was trying to fight the good fight and he just kept getting blocked. Like, absolutely not.
I've been on eat billionaires for a long time. If you're trying to go all vegan, I'm trying to go straight billionaire diet.
And then the amount, what the funniest thing about this whole thing is, and I actually think this is incredibly funny, is New York City and the FBI keep bumping out rewards and bounties for information on this guy. And everyone is like,
nah,
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. The meme of that,
I know, rat.
The meme of that one dude who was like, you know what, I'm blind in my left eye. You know, I'm blind in my right eye too. I can't even see you right now. That's been going around crazy, and I love it because that's the sentiment. In fact, most people were like, if you're the dude and you're on the run, I got an alley you can hide out in if you want. Fucking come over, let's do it.
Like it's so funny. All these rewards are coming out for any information on the shooter. And it's like all of a sudden everybody turned into a maid guy in The Sopranos. No, I didn't see anything.
Who killed who? Somebody died? Who got shot?
So many good sounds. What murder?
It's the most like connected. And here, what's really weird about it is like, news clips have been coming out the past couple of days, like, oh, the police are closing in. They're closing in on them. They think they might have an idea. They think they got a lead. They're closing in. And yet at the same time, they keep upping the bounty for people to give out information. It's up like, what, $50,000-$60,000 right now the FBI put out for like a reward for information that could lead to his capture. And nothing.
You gotta pump those numbers up.
Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers.
Exactly. Everybody's like, oh, you mean the money that my taxes that are going to pay for this? Like, fuck that bullshit.
Like, the dude was a billionaire.
Yeah.
A billion.
Not only that, but we're talking about, I think I sent you the video of the one dude that was like, we're talking about some John Wick motherfucker. I'm not going to fucking like try and find his ass. He carved words into bullets. I'm not fucking around with this guy.
Deny, defend, depose.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. He carved, like, this dude, he wasn't just some random dude that's like, I'm just going to fucking pick up a gun and do it. He knew what he was doing. I saw the video.
His gun jammed on him.
Yeah, and he's like,
he transformed that son of a bitch. I heard the transformer. I heard that sound when he did it. I'm like, he is literally shooting him with Megatron. Megatron G1 used to be a gun, by the way. Yes.
he used fucking lame.
Yeah, I know. Fuck. Woke culture.
Sorry, what? I mean, that's right. Like, shit's flipping around right now. I think they're calling for like gun reform and stuff like that now because the CEO got shot, and people are like, what's with all this gun violence and stuff like that go around? People are like, we should do something about guns. Like, so CEO gets shot. I heard that they closed the bridges down in New York to try to cut this dude off. How many people die in New York every day? Do they close the bridges down every single fucking day? No, they closed down for one billionaire. Fuck him. Fuck him. Let let the investigation for the guy, let the investigation for this murderer go like every single other investigation for every other fucking murderer in New York City.
Oh man,
It's
the
ridiculous.
the memes for this have been good.
Yeah.
And for I have to say, I do have a conscience. The thought did cross my mind. I'm like, this guy has kids, but then I'm like, you know what? His kids should have known better. His dad was a villain. His dad was Skeletor. His dad was Darth Vader. Yes,
That can't be fun.
they can't. Their dad was the bad guy.
When I first heard about it, and I was like, United CEO killed, I was like, all right. And that was my first thought. I was like, I had no thought about his wife and kids. I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less at all. Could not give any shits at all.
You can't be fucked.
I can't be fucked.
Well, he's gone. He's done for.
You see Elon Musk, like, he for the first time, like, he's in public with his kid. He's like, has his kid
Got the kid on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, come here, my little human shield. Time the babies. Well, Saturday Night Live is going to handle that tonight. I think they're going to handle it.
open season on CEOs now. This is CEO season is what it is. And I'm here for it. Let's go.
I saw a great meme. It was the old Looney Tunes cartoon with Daffy and Bugs, where it's duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season. And it said, they moved the sign and said billionaire season. And they're both looking at each other and smart.
Do you hear about Blue Cross Blue Shield though? Before the CEO was assassinated, they announced
Oh, not covering it.
that they weren't going to cover full anesthesia. They basically announced that, like, look, we'll cover the average amount of anesthesia needed to perform this procedure, but if you need any extra, we're not willing to cover it.
So while you're out from the anesthesia, they decide, oh, right there. Nope, no more covered.
Well, yeah, basically, yeah. So like, let's say like knee surgery or something like that, or heart surgery takes like this amount of time. They're only willing to cover it for the average amount of time. So if complications happen or anything like that, and it takes longer, they're not willing to cover any of the extra anesthesia costs. And people are talking about, like, this is fucking horrible. Obviously, it's horrible because it's just going to either incentivize breaking people's banks, or it's going to incentivize doctors to hurry up and rush through surgeries. And it's ridiculous. After fucking CEO was shot, Blue Cross was like, we're going to take that back. We're going to rescind that. We're not going to do that anymore.
We don't feel like dying.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
The funniest thing about this whole thing, well, not the funniest, the most interesting thing about this whole thing, which tells you about the nature of our fucking healthcare system. So CEO gets gunned down. We give you all the reasons for why this happened. News media is all talking about it. The internet trend is a really interesting thing because people are, really people are like really crass on the internet right now, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, why is this happening? The response from all the CEOs are like, we need to up security, not we need to do better for our people that pay for our fucking bills. That was their first instinct, was we need to up security, instead of like, hey, maybe there's actually a fucking problem if somebody's willing to gun down a CEO. And the executive board didn't care. They like walked over his blood essentially just to get to their fucking meeting that he was going to that day.
did you ever see the movie John Q. Denzel Washington?
I love that movie. It's great.
That's what this is about.
I've seen a lot of clips of that this past week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Boy, Denzel's great, isn't he?
What's his name was in there too? Oh,
John Leguizamo.
him and
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen John Q.
it's what's his name?
A little thing. Internet movie.
I wanted to remember James Woods.
Oh, James Woods is in that.
Wasn't he in it?
I don't remember. He could have been.
I'm pretty sure he's in that.
James Woods has gone the way of Dustin Hoffman and Cuba Gooding Jr. I don't think James Woods was Me Too'd, but I think people realize that he's a fucking cocksucker, so they don't cast him in things anymore. He was good in Hercules, and he was good in The General's Daughter. But other than that, like, he's a real scumbag in real life.
I was right. James Woods. He is in
James
it.
Woods is in it.
He plays a doctor.
It's been a minute since I've seen that.
Yeah. I've been seeing the clips whole week, so
I might be due for a rewatch after what's happening. It's a good one.
it is a great movie. So, Scott,
Yes.
big news this whole week.
More big news.
Beyond, the CEO death. The whole world's falling apart, Scott.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole goddamn world is falling apart.
Yeah. We had a good run.
Yeah, so South Korea declared martial law
For like
about 6 hours.
6 hours. Yeah, it didn't last long.
It didn't last long.
Do you know why they did it?
So, from what I understand, the president decided to declare martial law, and people weren't happy about that. And I guess South Korea has this policy where if the president declares martial law, but I guess you call it Congress or whatever.
Parliament?
Parliament. Thank you. That's the actual word. Parliament can vote unanimously to end martial law if they don't agree with it, and that's what happened.
Nice.
So, I guess they had soldiers outside the Parliament building, guarding it, so Parliament couldn't get in there. So you had Parliament members scaling the fences and stuff.
Was this something to do with the election? Did they feel like was that a different one? Because there's a lot of
There are multiples. There's multiples. I don't know about specifically that one. I just know that the president declared martial law. Parliament, people started freaking out. Parliament voted against it, and he got taken down. France's government collapsed after a vote of no confidence in their leader over there.
Yeah.
So they basically...
Emmanuel Macron.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I typically like him, but I'll tell you what. France, I think I've said this before on the show. I'm of French heritage. France is really awful at wars. Apologies to Napoleon, but in recent years. But they are excellent at revolution.
They know what it is.
They can throw a good revolution. France has a solid revolution every couple years.
Yeah.
And you know what? America.
French people.
Let's look what France is doing. When they get pissed about something, they just throw a revolution. And
I don't know. 2025 is coming, Scott.
I mean,
Let's see.
You know what? I think it's time for a good. We haven't had a revolution here in a hot minute.
You see the Georgia protests that were going on?
The country of
Yeah, the
Georgia
country-
or the state of Georgia?
The country.
Oh, the country.
The country of Georgia. That was that.
That was that not South Korea. That's the country. They had an election,
Yeah.
and apparently there's a lot of discrepancies in the election. Sounds familiar. And I don't know if they had a riot at their capital or insurrection. I don't know.
There was massive protests going through the streets. We had civilians shooting. That was the images you seen of civilians shooting fireworks off into the police and stuff like that were trying to take them down. And then recently, within the past couple of days, Romania's presidential election was considered invalidated, and Romania's election happened, and there was a lot of protests as the result, and everything like that happened. They found out Russia got their sticky fingers involved in their election too,
And so they did us.
and so their election was after all the protests, it was invalidated, and they're going to hold another election in Romania.
Say, what a great idea. Can you do that? Can you have an election?
Well,
It's questionable, and then just do it again.
if enough people, when you have enough people behind you, you can pretty much do anything. You pretty much take over the goddamn
Why
world.
don't we do that?
So, I saw a video recently, and it was Gavin Newsom. People are talking about, a lot of people have been talking about, why are the Democrats so quiet right now? The Democrats are really fucking quiet right now after Trump's election. You haven't heard any, calls for recounts. You haven't heard any calls for anything else. Because typically, pretty much every election, this isn't a Democrat thing, blah, blah, blah. Every election, the opposing side that loses always calls for a recount. It always happens. It always gets done. This time it didn't happen. There was no major call for a countrywide recount of the election. And then I've seen a couple videos of Gavin Newsom speaking out and stuff like that, and people have alluded to this idea of what's the fucking plan, dude? What's going on? He's alluded to the idea of just wait. Just wait. Just wait. January's coming. Just wait. And so there's this idea that they're waiting until it's time to confirm Trump into office, and then they might do something not insurrection. They're not Trump. They're not going to insurrection it, but there might be some legal loophole they can use if they might be doing. I'm hoping this isn't me hoping. I'm hoping there's a lot of research going on. There's a lot of backdoor research looking into this stuff, as opposed to Trump in 2020 was it was rigged. It was rigged, and
It was the riggiest rigged I've ever seen in my life.
I thought this election was supposed to be rigged too. There was how many months leading up to it did he say it was rigged, and then he won. So
It was the most beautiful election we've ever had.
exactly. So, but like there's a lot of, and here's the thing, I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think we're gonna have to go 4 more years of Trump. That's what I honestly think. But it'd be really cool, given the state of the world and what's going on, if come January 6th rolls around and something happens where they announce like, hey, guess what? We got this legal precedent that we did a lot of like investigating. We've done a lot of looking into this, and we got an issue here, people. We got an issue. I'm waiting. I'm holding out for a hero. That's what
I don't know. We'll see.
I doubt it. But like I always say, we'll see. Biden pardoned Hunter. Also, that was another big thing.
Did we think he would? I know he said he wasn't going to.
I think,
but I think we said on this show he's fucking going to.
I think if Harris would have won, he wouldn't have. I think if
Why? What makes you say that?
because I think it's just a fuck you.
I absolutely think he would have. Absolutely think he would have. I think he wasn't. He said he wasn't going to, and he wasn't going to do it before the election because that would have been bad. It would have. Couldn't have been any worse. But
That's almost like it's the CEO death killing was more bipartisan, but there was a lot of people, even some people on the right, that were like, I get it. He's your kid.
I mean, like, first of all, every single outgoing president pardons people.
Yeah.
It's part of the job.
People that are mad about it, by the way, how many fucking people did Trump pardon during his term? He pardoned like personal people. Steve Bannon, he pardoned his son-in-law's dad, who's going to be joining his cabinet, I guess, shit like that. So let's not talk about like it's a fucking Democrat sham or bullshit kind of thing. Like whatever.
The hypocrisy.
Thank you. Hypocrisy.
Okay.
Pete Hegseth said he'd stop drinking if he was made Secretary of Defense. Hear that?
Yeah, I'm gonna start drinking heavily, or if he is.
If anybody who's a Pete Hegseth like supporter or a defender, and like, look, he said that he would stop drinking, like that's clear, like alcoholism right there. Like, look, I'll stop if you let me run the Pentagon. I'll stop then, sure.
Okay. Reminds me of when they were confirming Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court, and he was crying. He was like, "I like to drink a beer." That was so good.
I remember that.
Oh man, what a dick. So,
the only other political stuff we have is Trump threatening Canada and Mexico with tariffs and joking around about annexing Canada. Which, why the fuck would you do that?
yeah,
Why, like, that's not even like a funny joke.
like my wife has been joking around about moving to Canada because everything's better there, except for the weather.
Yeah.
She's like, damn, if it wasn't for the weather, we'd be in Canada right now. Like, I have Canadian family, so, like, I've gone there a lot, and we've been joking around about it, and I said to her, I'm like, hey, if we ain't going anywhere, Canada becomes the 51st state like Trump wants.
He wants to be 51st and 52nd. He wants to split it in half and give one side to the Democrats and one side to the Republicans.
You hear that?
That might have been what he said, or it might have been one of like his cronies that said that. I don't remember. To keep it even, Steven.
You remember the John Candy movie, Canadian Bacon, where they fake the war with Canada? I want that. That's what I want.
Oh, for those of you paying attention to the tariffs, also, by the way, last bit of political shit that I have to talk about. China has announced that they're gonna not trade us, or they're either gonna put massive tariffs or they're just not gonna trade precious metals with us anymore.
Yeah, right. I heard that.
So there goes your transistors, and there goes any other like big piece of technology that we need. Like we need that shit.
Did you say transistors?
It's transistors. Like that was the big one that people were talking about. Like we need the precious metals to make like transistors and shit like that. So, but yeah, like it's not shit we can get here. Just saying. been watching a lot of like TikTok lives lately. I've sent you a couple of them I'm watching. I really like the K-Dot guy. He does like most of them because he's doing it right now. Actually,
Did you ever get in on one?
No, no, because I never wanted to. I just like watching.
I did one time ever. It was before the election. I've actually requested a bunch, but never got allowed in. Got allowed in one time, and it was like a big MAGA one, and I was pretty good. We were talking about the CHIPS Act, and they were trying to say "Chips in your ass" act, and I don't know. It was this whole thing. I still don't understand, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I want to get in more. I want to host my own lives on TikTok, but I don't have enough followers. So if you follow me on TikTok, Scotty knows.
I think it's too late for that.
But you got to do it the next week.
I think I believe that.
No. Trump said he's not going to do it. At least,
Well,
he did that when he was campaigning.
he would be able to stop it. It's already going through. If he does nothing, it'll still. They're taking it to the Supreme Court now. Oh shit. They're taking it to the Supreme Court because Congress has already said, no, fuck you, we're banning it. So TikTok, ByteDance is appealing it to the Supreme Court at the moment, and the Supreme Court has to decide whether they're going to hear the case or
And
not.
mind you, it's both Republicans and Democrats in Congress that want to ban TikTok. So it's not a party thing. And I disagree with it. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you want TikTok banned? Or
No, I think
I don't either.
Honestly, honest to goodness, and you could disagree with me, I think TikTok is one of the most important apps to come out in the past decade. It absolutely is. It's the most. It's the app that has connected us the most. Like, it hasn't been since MySpace that we've been this connected with just random people.
All right,
like
MySpace.
Like
MySpace.
it also is like, this is the reason why they want to ban it, is because it's making more people. It's kind of like stuffing people to echo chambers with the algorithm, because you can pretty much like listen to what you want. You come across people with alternate ideas every now and then, right? So it's not like a big deal, but like, it's the most informational like app that exists. You find out so much, like before you even break some like news stories, you find out so much that happens, like just newsworthy shit.
I'm a big fan of TikTok, and I'm with you. I do not want to see TikTok banned. I understand the concern coming from certain people about being Chinese owned, and China isn't always the good guys, and I understand that. But I think TikTok is, at least in this country anyway, it's a free space. I mean, I was seeing stuff on TikTok, especially during, well, still going on, but the genocide in Gaza and the Russian invasion of Ukraine, that Facebook and Twitter or X or anything else was just not showing you.
One of the times that France was having their big protests a couple of years ago, if you looked up France on TikTok, you would see all current news that's going on, the protests, and you would go to like Instagram and you look up France, and the only thing you would see on there is all the like the happy-go-lucky influence, like, hey, here's how great France is, hey, like, oh, this is my time in France, how fun we had. So it's purposely being blocked, a little, or at least like
Censored.
Yeah, I would say kind of censored.
It is. So when the election was happening, Donald Trump campaign, I heard him say in his speeches that he will defend TikTok and he will protect TikTok, and I didn't hear a peep out of Biden, didn't hear a peep out of Harris. I heard Trump say that.
A couple weeks before the election, he said, he basically said, hey, youngsters, if you want to keep TikTok, I can do it for you. That's basically what he said.
And that's right there. Hey, whoever was watching, that is one thing I agree with Trump on over the Democrats. Right there. So if Donald Trump saves TikTok, then I will applaud him.
The only way he's going to save it is if because what do you want? Probably what he wants to, because this fucking douchebag also, Elon Musk has floated the idea of buying TikTok, which would be fucking horrible if he did that shit.
Yeah,
because X has become,
he's ruined Twitter.
X has become one of the most censored apps that exists out there. Like you like. people like to say he took that app and he made it more about free speech. No, what he did was he just censored the stuff that you didn't like, and then he made stuff that you like more prominent.
We were talking before we were recording. I hate X, formerly Twitter. I can't stand it anymore. All it is racism and hatred and misinformation, porn bots, a ton of porn bots. There was always porn on Twitter, but it is like it puts like Pornhub to shame anymore. I can't even scroll through without. Okay, you're over there salivating.
No, I'm thinking. Well, you know, I guess X has goods and bads. You know, there's two sides to every story.
Well, when you put it that way, but I was just saying, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate all the pro-Trump bullshit that I'm seeing on there anymore. It's just, it turned into Parler right damn quick.
I don't have a
or 4chan.
I don't have a problem with pro-Trump bullshit if you see just as much pro the other side.
You don't, though. You don't anymore.
That's the point, yeah. Like,
so we talked about this, how you and I both switched to Blue Sky.
I'm loving Blue Sky.
Big fan of Blue Sky. It's still in its infancy right now.
And all those, and I posted this Blue Sky. You saw the fucking meme. I made the meme, by the way. I didn't fucking just find it. Most of the memes I've been posting on there, I've been making.
Yeah.
Myself.
I made it to you.
So, for those of you that are like, oh, Blue Sky is just a fucking echo chamber for the liberals. Y'all remember when Truth Social was fucking created?
Oh, yeah, that.
Truth Social literally was an echo chamber for MAGA. What the fuck are you talking about? If you're going to call an echo chamber for us, fine. You can still make a fucking Blue Sky app or account. You're more than welcome to come over. Just don't. And you guess what? You can post pro-Trump shit on.
I have seen pro-Trump stuff.
You just can't. You just can't be a piece of shit racist douchebag.
Post misinformation. That's their thing.
Yeah, on that.
But yeah. Scotty knows on Blue Sky. Adam's Hot Takes. Come find us on Blue Sky. I'm really enjoying it there.
I'm hoping
they much better play.
I'm hoping they introduce a like video kind of portion of their app. They would make
TikTok, yeah.
They would, if that would be the greatest TikTok replacement if they just decided, you know what? If they ban TikTok, Blue Sky announces we got our video sharing portion of Blue Sky. Come on over. Then that just becomes the new TikTok.
Yeah, we're gonna have to report back to see what the future of social media is gonna hold, because
I told you I was thinking about like getting involved in the TikTok scape, and then I saw some articles and like, oh yeah, TikTok is gonna be banned in June. I was like, what's the fucking point now? I guess no point in me starting now.
President Trump holding out for a hero. He's gonna sweep in at the last minute.
Don't fucking say that, dude. Those words don't belong in the same sentence. There's some discrepancy in there too.
What a weird show this is turning out to be. Hey, even watching anything, I want to get off politics. I want to talk
I'm done politics too.
I want to talk about the meat and potatoes of this show, which is entertainment.
I'm wearing pants.
Good.
Okay, good.
What have you been watching? Anything good?
I watched Beetlejuice.
Spoil it. Have not seen it yet. I have not seen it.
I'll just give you my broad strokes spoiler-free review. It was all right.
Oh,
it was all right. It was okay.
I don't know if I trust your judgment fully.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, good.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, good.
I think you're gonna love it. And I'm not saying it's bad.
I want to love it.
Not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, if it weren't Michael Keaton and Beetlejuice, it would just be an average movie. It's just okay. There's a lot of they introduce a lot of things that like this isn't a spoiler because we talked about it in the Halloween, but you get introduced to Beetlejuice's previous love interest in a previous life, and she's made up to be like the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
She's like the main villain.
The Beetlejuice is not the villain.
She's the main villain. That's what the trailers like let her up to be. That's what we all thought it was going to be. It's not really. Like it falls flat on its face in my opinion.
Okay.
If that story arc it wasn't necessary is what I'm going to say.
Well, speaking of like Halloween movies, I'll talk about this. I've talked about this show before, but one of my favorite Halloween movies is 1993 Walt Disney's Hocus Pocus. I love Hocus Pocus. I had been waiting for a Hocus Pocus sequel since 1994. Like, I wanted one every year since then. Last year, we finally got Hocus Pocus 2, with the whole original cast returning. Well, I should say that. The Witch is returning. It was dog shit. It was horrible. I hated it, and I was so disappointed.
You hated the sequel?
Hocus Pocus 2 was not good.
You told me you liked it.
No, it was on my worst films.
Really?
On
I swear you told me you liked it.
No, it was on my worst films. Actually, I had it lower on my worst films, but I rewatched it again this Halloween, and I think it got higher scores last year because I wanted it for so long. But I feel like the female Ghostbusters did the same thing. I wanted another Ghostbusters movie for so long.
You love the female Ghostbusters, though.
But I don't anymore.
Yeah. You gave me so much shit on the show.
Because I didn't want to not like it because they were women.
And I literally said in my review, that's not why I don't like it. I don't like it because
it's a poor movie.
And you gave me so much shit about it.
And I'm going to defend myself because, yes, I did like it initially. Now I don't. Hocus Pocus 2, the same deal. I kind of liked it more when it first came out than I do now because I wanted these sequels for so freaking long. Ghostbusters was, 1989 we got Ghostbusters 2? I had to wait so long to get another sequel. And when I finally did, I, watched it with rose-tinted glasses because I wanted it to be good, and it wasn't. Now we've got some other Ghostbusters movies that are much better.
Yeah.
Hocus
I don't think I saw the most recent one. I don't think
it's good. It was good. Well, we'll talk about that too. But Hocus Pocus 2 was god-awful. And because of Ghostbusters and because of Hocus Pocus, I'm leery about Beetlejuice. I've wanted a second Beetlejuice movie since 1988. And I've wanted it forever. We're supposed to get Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii. We finally get it now. And I'm going to say, this is coming from Rabbit. It's not a bad movie. It's just not as good as you would hope it to be. Okay.
That's what it is. I didn't hate watching it. I didn't watch it, but this is bullshit. I just kind of finished this, I was more just kind of, meh, all right, I watched it. It's all right. That was kind of my takeaway from Beetlejuice. It wasn't bad. It's kind of meh. It's all right, Well,
I saw a movie, too.
What'd you see?
I went to the movie theater, and I saw Wicked.
How was that?
I loved it.
Isn't it a part one? Are they making
It is a part one.
That's what I heard.
It is, which was kind of disappointing. It ended on a cliffhanger. Now, I've seen Wicked on Broadway.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I know, right? So I know the story, and I know what's going to go on.
Castle.
I did. I loved it, actually. So I've been wanting this for a long time, too. I don't know what took so long to get a Wicked movie. But,
only thing I heard about it was too woke.
how was it woke? What? Did you really hear that?
I actually have heard. This is a really woke movie.
I don't know how it's woke at all.
Ariana Grande is in. She's playing a person who should be white, but she's not actually white. She's of
Ariana Grande. What?
Ariana Grande is she's got some Hispanic
of color.
Yeah, has some Hispanic in her. And that was.
But she's what?
Again, this is far right wing politics.
There's a worse. It's not woke at all.
I know. No, I know. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
verbatim of the music.
Yeah, everybody's got a big fucking problem with dumb shit.
Fucking hate people, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
come into my world. Enter the dark side. This is where I live, dude. You hate people.
There are movies that are woke. There are movies that come out that are woke, and I kind of ooh, that's pretty woke. But I'm not going to admit it because I'm on Team Woke. This movie is a woke, Adam. It's not. It's not. I mean, Bowen Yang from Saturday Night Live is in it, who's great. And he's playing a character that when he acts and talks, okay, he's gay. But he never, does anything gay other than just how his mannerisms are. He doesn't, have a relationship with anybody. I don't understand what's woke about it at all.
Because it's fucking douchebags.
I'm sorry.
That's all it is, douchebags.
I'll fight somebody. I think Wicked's spectacular. I think it's remarkable, and you should watch it.
I'll watch it when it comes out. I'm not gonna pay money to go see it.
It's gonna probably come out to Max, I think.
Probably, yeah. That's when I'll watch it. So,
Well, have you been watching any TV shows?
so I just finished the latest Star Trek Lower Decks. What We Do in the Shadows. Watching that. Other than that, I'm not really watching anything new.
So I have a whole list here. I've been watching a lot of TV shows. I also am
Why bother asking me? Just talk about what you want to talk about.
What?
Why bother asking me, sir? Just talk about what you want to talk about.
You said yours.
No, you said, have you been watching any TV shows lately?
And you said Lower Decks, and I said good.
I made me a joke. Never mind. It went over your head. This is joke 2 that went over your head. This is sarcasm 2 that went over your head, sir.
That's the second one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lower Decks.
It's great.
I think I'm one episode behind. I think there's the last episode.
The last episode if you're one episode behind, you're on the data episode. That's the last one you watched.
I watched the Data episode.
You didn't watch the latest episode then, yeah.
Okay. I did watch the Data one.
It's good.
Who's in the latest one?
It's nobody significant that you would know.
Okay. Is it the last one, the final episode?
No.
It's not?
As far as I know, it's not. Didn't end on a final episode.
Okay.
It was it definitely would not be. If that's the final episode, I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, I thought it was.
So it should not be.
So I'm also watching on Max the Dune Prophecy.
I haven't started watching that yet.
Okay.
I might watch it. It'll be a while.
It's really slow.
That's a good reason for for more to come out.
Imagine Phantom Menace, but just the politics in an hour-long episode.
Nobody wants to watch that.
I do.
Nobody wants that.
I do. It makes me appreciate the
one action there. We don't need more politics in our universe. Yes, we have enough politics. We don't need universe politics. We have enough real world politics. Escapism. That's what I'm all about. You watching the Star Wars show?
That's on my list here. Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I've heard it's like Goonies in space.
It's Goonies in space.
That's what I heard.
There's pirates.
Yeah.
I didn't know it's a pirate show.
Yeah, it's
like so fun.
People have literally described it as, did you like Goonies? Did you like Star Wars?
I love
Goonies and Star Wars.
I love Star Wars and I love Goonies. Listen, Star Wars has been kind of missing the mark.
A little bit.
The Skeleton Crew came out and I was like mad. I'm sitting there with a sourpuss and I put this show on and I crossed my arms. Oh, I'm going to hate for till this. I'm going to channel my Emirate every second of this show.
Val and Adam watch this show.
I'm going to watch this show and shit on it on the podcast. And at the end I was like, I love pirates. Pirates are cool. Pirates are fun. I feel like I should have been a pirate. I was just born too late.
Pop culture pirates are cool. Real pirates kind of suck, though. Well, theirs in real life are not great.
We might need pirates now, but
we might be going back to that era.
So, yeah, watch Skeleton Crew. It's fun. I thought it was going to be a lot more kiddie than it is. But anyway, it's cool. So, what else am I watching? So, I started watching... I don't know why.
It's not. You're watching a lot.
I know, though. I started watching this show. We've talked about it here before. The Taylor Sheridan show called Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That's like so popular. I watched the first couple seasons of that show and hated it.
Seasons.
Yeah.
You hated it, but you stuck through multiple.
I think I watched 2 seasons of it.
You hated it.
It's like 7 seasons of that show.
Through 2 seasons.
Yeah.
As you hate it. If I hate the first 3 episodes, I'm not finishing it.
Well, you gotta let it simmer a little bit. Maybe it needed to get its feet going. I mean, I'd give it the benefit of the doubt. That show, I don't like it. I don't understand how so many people like it.
That'll cut into my Pornhub time, man. I can't be watching all that. I can't be watching 2 seasons of show that I hate.
Toward the end of the second season, I might have been scrolling X while I was playing. Okay.
Big booty chicks, big booty chicks.
Anyway, I don't know about all that. That was weird. That was a moment that had on.
That's a song.
I know it is, but you sang it. Big booty, so this. Yeah, I can drink more rum.
You got to get on my level.
I'm watching the show Landman.
I don't know. Or
It's by Taylor Sheridan. It's on Paramount Plus. Billy Bob Thornton's in it. It is cut from the same cloth as Yellowstone. It's about an oil rig working people in Texas, and it glorifies a culture that I'm not really into. But I really like Billy Bob Thornton, but I really like Kevin Costner. That's why I watched Yellowstone. I'm like, oh, Kevin Costner's cool.
We live in 2024, Scott. And just because an actor's in it isn't enough to be like, that's going to keep me into it.
Also has Ali Larder, who was from Heroes and Farsi Blues Whipped Cream Bikini.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll watch anything with her in it.
You know, you could just like Google her picture in that bikini, just get the same, like.
The Farsi Blues came out like 1998, bro. Come on, I need some updated. I need some 40-year-old whipped cream bikini.
Just she's got a bikini pic out there that's updated now that you can.
She's probably 50.
Look that shit up. Ali Larder?
I don't think so. No, she's too classy for that. Now, she doesn't play classy characters, typically. Wasn't she the hooker in Heroes? We talked about this recently.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
The first season of Heroes was nearly perfect.
Yeah.
But it didn't end there. There was a lot of other seasons of that show which were dog shit. And that's unfortunate. But that happens to a lot of shows.
Is that good enough for you? It's not a bikini pic, but it's like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
No problem. Look, Google's full of them, man.
I'm watching, and
man, watching a show you don't like, you just Google it, man.
I guess I'm more analog than you.
Get in the digital age, sir.
I still get the Victoria's Secrets. I still get the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue with the crunchy pages.
I got a trunk under my bed with a bunch of magazines.
Anyway, I'm not done yet. That's only man, not very good. 2 more shows. I started watching, I think it's called Creature Commandos on Max. It's James Gunn. It's animated. It's basically Suicide Squad. It's DC. It's Amanda Waller putting another team of bad guys together.
Is he Amanda Waller or?
Yeah.
Okay.
This exists in the same universe as Peacemaker and both Suicide Squad movies.
Yeah.
This is in that universe. Apparently, after the second Suicide Squad movie, they passed a law that she's not allowed to do that. Like, that's cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
She did it twice. She can't do it a third time. She can't take metahumans that are in prison and, like, put them on a team that's basically you're going to die.
She can't do it a third time.
Well, she found a loophole. She found a loophole because the law says humans. So she takes non-human supervillains from the DC universe and puts them together and makes a Suicide Squad team of non-humans.
Yeah, but they were humans before, weren't they? And then they had like a
Yeah, some of them, they talk about that. But I've only watched a couple episodes. They like Killer Shark, Killer Croc, King Shark, Killer Croc, King Shark, the Weasel.
Yeah. The Weasel's dead in that universe.
Oh, he lived at the end. Remember the after credits?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
He's in it. Frankenstein is apparently in it. But it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
That sounds stupid.
It's kind of fun. A lot of the voices in it are the people who did that Vox Machina show, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
They did a lot of the same voices. I'm like, oh, that's that person. And I watched that show. Oh, it's kind of fun. So, last one. This is kind of weird. I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I see clips from this show. They never really say what the show is. But I'm like kind of getting into this. I'm like, oh, this looks really interesting. Probably sucks, but looks interesting. I find out it's from one of the seasons of the American Horror Stories. Remember those?
Yeah.
It's from one of the later episodes or later seasons. It's going to be called Apocalypse. Did you ever watch it? Did we hear?
I watched season 1 and that was it. I didn't watch anything after that.
Season 1 is The Murder House?
Yeah.
I watched that one too. And I kind of liked it.
The with the ghosts and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
only one
I also watched the Roanoke one because I've always found the Roanoke story.
Oh, that's one of the most fascinating historical stories.
Yes. So they made an American Horror Story about it. Kathy Bates is in it. It was horrible. It was so bad.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So that turned me off. I'm like, you know what? Because they're anthologies. Like, each season is a standalone.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch this Apocalypse one. Turns out this one's not really a standalone. There was a season, like season 3 or 4 or something, which was called Coven.
Oh, yeah.
Got a bunch of witches. And people liked that one, but I never watched it. Apparently, you have to watch that to then understand this. So I started watching American Horror Story Coven just so I can watch this American Horror Story Apocalypse, and I kind of like it. It's kind of okay.
I'm sure it is. There's no chance of me going back to watch it.
I knew you wouldn't.
But I'm sure it is probably really good.
It's kind of good. I don't think it's better than Murder House, but it's way better than Roanoke.
I don't even remember what I liked about that show, honestly. Like season 1, I don't even remember what I liked about season 1.
Creepy and weird.
Yeah, I get it.
And I like creepy weird.
And it's because the market's oversaturated because we have like all streaming now. Like that was way back when it was like on cable.
Yeah, it was on like FX.
Yeah, that was on like cable and so like I guess that was like pre like mass streaming.
Late night FX was like edgy, you know, like they'd show questionable things.
Like that was in the era of like prime Walking Dead, American Horror Story, Game of Thrones. Like that was like prime that era of like watching TV. When,
yeah.
You can't watch it any old time. You got to catch it on. For those of you that are super young out there that don't understand, you're back in my day. You kids get off my little barn. You know, shut the fuck up. Back in my day, we had to just watch the show at the time that it came on. We couldn't watch it later. That's all you're watching?
And lastly, yeah, that's all I'm watching there. But lastly, I wanted to talk about, for those of you who've been watching and listening to the show for a long time, we used to do a segment on here.
Oh, we're doing this? Pump the chamber of this?
We're going to do this. We used to do a segment on here called Coercive Cinema. And it's where I would make Adam watch a movie that he had never seen, and he would make me watch a movie that I had never seen. We'd have 1 week to watch them. We'd come back and we'd talk about them, whether we liked them, whether we didn't. And we would let you, the viewer, the listener, have a chance to watch it that week too and come back. Well, we kind of stopped doing it. We came to some bumps in the road and it was getting a little old, getting a little stale. So we
be honest, it was my fault. Be honest.
It was a complete fault. I didn't want to throw you under the bus.
Look, I'll be honest. I got no hate to my game. I'm not necessarily like really into watching sexual assault for about 2 hours. So, you know, I didn't really want to watch the movie that you gave me, and that's kind of ruined.
There was a sexual assault in American Horror Story that you wouldn't like.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I guess I'm a little weird, Scott. I don't find sexual assault all that entertaining to watch. So I guess I'm the weird one in this conversation.
There's actually 2 sexual assaults.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little weird about that. That's okay, Scott, because I got the fucking picture right here for what we watched last week. From Tomorrowland.
So we brought it back, but we amended it a little bit. We're bringing it back. What we're going to do is Adam and we're only going to have one movie, and we're going to rotate weeks. And we're going to watch the movie together. Now, maybe down the road, our fearless leader here will come up with the technology that we can live stream watching it together. But until that happens, it's just going to be homework. Yeah. So you'll have to watch the film on your own at home and then report back and listen. So I'm sorry to give you guys homework, but it'll be fun when we go over the movie. So this past week, we did it. It was kind of an on-the-whim thing. We didn't give you a chance to watch it.
The main difference is we're watching it together. That's the main difference. It used to be like, here's your movie to watch. We would go home and watch.
It's more fun to watch it together.
It really is. Yeah. Like you talked about, like a lot of the times after the show, we sit here, we watch stuff, we chit chat and bullshit, and we watch like a movie or a couple episodes of TV show or whatever. So like this is like more productive, I guess, to do this.
So it is, totally is.
So
I made Adam watch Escape from Tomorrow, and we talked about it.
There it is, right there.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
it.
That's the cover. It's very much, if you're wondering, yeah, that's Mickey Mouse's hand. It's Mickey Mouse. It's a Disney thing, not a Disney movie.
Certainly no,
but it is a movie taking place at Disney.
Yes.
So it's very much an indie film. Now, I'm not gonna say I don't like this movie, because I love all indie movies. I love indie movies because it gives like normal people like the chance to be able to make.
So you're telling me there's a chance
to to put their ideas out there and to make the art that they love, and to, like, even if it's bad, it's good because, you know, it's just regular fucking people like making the art, putting their ideas out there. It's great. So my big problem with this movie is some of the stuff they set up doesn't really like unfold satisfactory. Like, it sets it up in the beginning like it's gonna be a horror movie, and then it flips the script as like, oh, it's actually like a weird conspiracy sci-fi kind of thing, and it's not satisfactory. I was hoping, like, so basically it's this movie about this guy who's taking his family to Disney World on vacation, and they're riding the rides and all this stuff. It's basically what's his fuck former secretary or attorney general nominee.
What are you talking about? Oh, Matt Gaetz.
Matt Gaetz. It's basically Matt Gaetz taking his family on vacation. I say that because the dad is the star of the show. Dad is constantly creeping on these 14-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Like, or just that he sees them. They're like smiling at him, just like willy-nilly, whatever, and he takes it as like, oh, there might be a shot here, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. But like, he basically takes his kids on all the same rides they take. And that's like the meat of the story initially. And then it starts getting weird. Like, they go through like certain rides where there's like dolls and stuff like that. And then they like, the dolls like look at him and they do like creepy faces and like jump scare kind of stuff at him. Like, there's gonna be like a horror thing. I was assuming there was like monster, haunted, ghost, poltergeist thing that was gonna be happening. That's what it was leading up to. And then it just dumps that whole storyline halfway through, like halfway, 3/4 of the way through the movie, and then switches to like a Disney conspiracy, like, I don't know, alien kind of thing or something stupid like that. It gets weird. What's up? You good?
I don't want her to eat it.
It might be under the couch. So yeah, so it's very much, so like the most interesting thing about this movie is when they recorded the film, like the extras that you see, most of the extras aren't really extras. They're just like regular patrons that are at Disney that don't know that they're in the movie. They assume that it's just like the video cameras they see are just, they assume that they're just people that are, it's under the couch.
Okay.
Well, we'll get it.
Just so the dog doesn't eat it.
She ain't good. We've seen it, but
Okay.
she's more interested in whatever the fuck.
Okay.
So, but it's like the most interesting thing, like I'm saying, the most interesting thing is like nobody knew this was a movie. They assumed it was just like a family dude who had like somebody else that was like recording him with a camera.
I was gonna say, but then the whole thing with the drop movie, you were so focused on the story and the plot that I think you.
I don't know. I think that's what movies are. Story, plots.
There's
so much big thing.
It's a big thing, but there's so much more. In this movie, it's a B movie, dude. It's a low budget indie film.
That's what I said. I loved it. That's
But
what I said.
They don't have the best writing. They don't have the best. They don't have budgets to do this stuff.
And that's why I love that it exists, because I love that kind of filmmaking.
It is guerrilla filmmaking.
Yeah.
It is, these people made this movie, shot in a Disney park, under Disney's nose, without Disney knowing. They filmed it on a regular digital home video camera, and they would just go to the parks every day and film a scene. It's amazing that this was done.
Yeah.
That, I think, right there,
And I
the reason why I adore this
that
show.
praise, and I gave it that praise. I said that's a really cool thing. I love the indie. First of all, I love indie movies because I love the idea of just regular people making their movies. I love that. I love the idea. My only problem with it really is it started out as one movie and then it completely flipped it to another. If they would have stuck with like the horror element, because that's what be honest, that's what it kind of felt like. It was like horror, monster, ghost, poltergeist kind of thing with the dolls, and like they would see images in his head, and there'd be like these crazy images, like these faces would look at him like all angry and stuff like that when he'd ride rides. That was a cool story.
I mean, there was and then there was a bad scientist. There was killer androids. Like,
Right, that's when it lost me. That's when it lost me, when it went to, it flipped from,
after the intermission,
it went from supernatural to completely the opposite of now we're dealing with a mad scientist and androids and all this other bullshit. I'm like, stick with the monster element. That's what you should have done with.
I love the part. I love that it goes off the.
I hate it. I hate it.
I love that it goes crazy like that. That is something that I enjoy.
Crazy in a good way, though. It just
I disagree.
it went from telling like it made you interested, like what the fuck is going on? Like, is he crazy, or is there like a poltergeist thing happening, or what's going on? And then this virus, it forces you to stop asking questions, and it says, you know what? We're just gonna put a piece of paper down with a bunch of ideas, and we're gonna flip quarters on them, or whatever land.
Oh, they maggoted it. They mad. That is
100% what it was. And I'm like, you'll the good start, strong start. You lost me at the finish, is what you did. Did you find it?
No, I'm just worried she's gonna eat it.
She's not gonna eat.
Well, she ate the cord of my thing the one time as it fell. Okay.
Yeah, it was a cord. It was a little thing. She's gonna eat a fucking. You want to get on the ground? I'll get him.
No, it's okay. Let's finish the show. We're almost done here. So that was Escape from Tomorrow. I will defend that movie with my dying breath.
I meant to get the trailer. I forgot to get the trailer.
That's all right. So Adam, let's finish up here by telling the folks what you and I are going to watch tonight when we get off the air here.
Here's what we're going to watch. So I thought about it. I've been thinking about this whole show. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to switch to a different movie. I gave you an idea. I told you earlier what we're going to watch. I'm going to pick a different movie this time. Not that we're not going to watch the other movie at some point, but I think you'll enjoy this movie a lot more, and I think it has like a much stronger message to send.
Okay.
It's a movie that was partially produced by Jordan Peele. Monkey Man.
Okay.
It came out this year. It is
like Forbidden Kingdom monkey? Like the Asian god?
There's some elements of that in play. It's not supernatural. It's not anything like that. But that
you never saw Forbidden Kingdom?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's a monkey. I know exactly what you're talking about. And that
I'm gonna kick ass.
That story kind of plays an element of this, but it's not like supernatural or anything like that. It takes it basically. I think it's in Thailand is where it's supposed to take place in. I can't remember. It's been a few weeks since I watched it, but we're gonna watch it because I think it's a much better movie than I was thinking about. Is it a Kung Fu movie? There's a lot of fight.
I love Kung Fu.
There's a lot of fighting that goes on.
I love it.
I think you're gonna love this movie. I think you're gonna love it. It's got no major twists in it like you're.
What year did it come out?
This year.
It's gonna add this to our 2024 movies list. Yes, we always do the end of the year.
Guess where it is on my list because it's there. I'm in the middle of doing my watch because you know me. I always
you're always behind.
Binge watch all the 2024 movies at the end of the year because that's when I have time to. So
it's the For Distraction Oscars is what we do.
Gotcha.
My God, we're doing that. Oh my God, we're doing that.
Put a fucking note down.
We're going to do the FYD Oscars at the end of the year.
Take us out, Scott, while you put this note down. Scott, how can the people get a hold of us? How can they watch us? How can they... By the way, Monkey Man is on Prime Video. It is on Prime Video.
Okay.
Prime Video, you can watch it on
cool.
Scott, take us out.
If you guys want to get a hold of us here at For Your Distraction, you could shoot us an email at foryourdistraction@gmail.com. There's lots of different ways you could watch or listen to the show. You find us on social media. On Facebook, you can search for Your Distraction on there. Find our page, like our page on Facebook. When we sit down and record, we do Facebook Live, and that's the way that you can watch us live, raw, uncut, and
uncircumcised.
You were going to say that. I love you say that every time. I know where your brain's at. We are also, at this moment, still on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can search for Your Distraction on there. Once you scroll through all the porn bots and absolute hatred, you'll find For Your Distraction. We still put content out there. You can tweet us. Still called tweeting? Or is it called Xing?
It's always going to be tweeting.
It's going to be tweeting. You can tweet
it's
us.
Always Twitter. It's not X. It's
at
always
podcast FYD. So Podbean is now our hub. We switched from SoundCloud to Podbean, and they've been wonderful for us. So you can download the Podbean app and subscribe to us on there. We are also on Spotify, Google Play, pretty much anywhere you can get your podcasts. Search for a Distraction. And if there's some crazy avenue where you listen to your podcast and we're not on there, shoot us an email, fordistraction@gmail.com. Adam will get right on that. We'll be on there. We are on YouTube. You search for Distraction on there. Subscribe to us. We post the links at the bottom of all of our shows. Adam uploads
links to all the social media that we're talking about is also in the bottom of the stream too.
Yes.
You can find us all on there.
Adam uploads all of the live video casts to YouTube, so you can go back and watch them later. And he makes wonderful thumbnails.
I do.
I love your thumbnail work. It's spectacular.
We might start doing some like streaming to YouTube too at some point.
Yeah.
Do some streaming to there. We might do some streaming to Twitch as well.
Well, we're trying to get onto Twitch, so there's big things coming. We are still a member of the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network, so head on over to electronicmediacollective.com, and you can find our show there and a whole bunch of other great shows. We still have a Patreon for just $1 a month. You can get bonus content, and we've got some stuff. We haven't made any bonus content for a minute, but we have some great ideas coming up. Adam's still got to kick a field goal.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. And I was actually thinking about that this past week. It's like we haven't done that.
He's still got to kick the field goal. There's a lot of snow now, so might have to for the spring thaw. But
we want to do more stuff on Patreon. But here, I'll be honest with you, we don't want to do all the extra work if nobody's gonna go listen to it. And
I mean, you put your butthole pictures up there. That's a start.
Exactly. So that's coming too as well. But yeah, you can head over there. Like I said, even if you like want to just support the show, $1 a month, it can help us like upgrade to new equipment, and it can help us upgrade to better things. You know.
And TikTok is still around, at least for now.
Follow Scotty.
Yes, Scotty knows. Scotty knows on TikTok. I've been making some content. I'm kind of pumping the brakes on making stuff right now until I figure out
what's going to happen.
I'm saving all the videos. There's a
point. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to transfer them all to Blue Sky. Got to talk about Blue Sky, our new favorite social media. I'm Scotty Knows on there too.
Adam's Hot
Takes. You can find us on Blue Sky.
For Distraction, Blue Sky is going to be coming. I created For Distraction Blue Sky, but I haven't actually like done all the actual due diligence to actually make the decorate the profile and everything like that, because like we're kind of looking into possibly making a new cover art, and I kind of want to start fresh there. So like that'd be nice. But it is there, so you can preemptively follow us on there on Blue Sky as well. Search For Distraction and get ready for some good content on there. But for right now, we are posting I post the links to the live stream to my Blue Sky when we go live every night. So head over there if you want to follow us on there and do some really great stuff.
So watch Monkey Man on Amazon Prime Video for next week, because we're going to get on here and talk about it. And if you're a billionaire, have your head on a swivel.
Oh, Scott, breaking news. But phone just came out, breaking news. So the FBI has released some possible suspect. Like we saw what the suspect looked like in the video.
Right.
They released some like more information about the suspect.
Okay.
There's some possible. So be on the lookout for these people. So we have some pictures here that actually come to the
All right, wanted
that
dead or alive
that look like who possibly could be the suspect. So we got this. There's V.
Oh,
V. That could be he's possible suspect.
Can't be fucked.
A suspect. He just disappeared behind. They got.
he got away.
He got away.
Is there other?
So like Bruce Willis, sir.
Bruce Willis. He's unbreakable. So I've heard.
It's unbreakable. So maybe that's not him. Okay, so the FBI is kind of just like filtering out these pictures. It could be him. So we got Antonio Banderas.
Antonio.
Sir, how dare you, sir? He got away. He got away. He's too away.
Too sexy. Too sexy. Get them off of there.
The comedian, he is a mass vigilante, so he could.
A billionaire died in New York tonight.
It could be. It absolutely be. Jesus Christ. Oh, she wants that rum.
Look at the crazy eyes on that way.
Get out in here.
Is that it? Are we safe now?
I think we're safe. I think we're good.
You think so?
I think we're safe, but we'll never be safe as long as that monster is out there.
That's right.
He's on the lam.
If you know who's responsible for the shooting of the billionaire, shoot us an email for to shoot. Actually, promise we will send it to the authority.
Get it to the.
We totally will.
100%.
Totally will.
They will get it there.
Well,